Is it just me, or does fall bring out the DIY soul in all of us? The cozy colors, the crisp air, the scent of cinnamon and leaves, and yes, that irresistible urge to redecorate everything with pumpkins, gold tones and rustic charm, without breaking the bank. But here's the truth. Just because it's Dollar Tree, doesn't mean it has to look like Dollar Tree. Welcome back to Timeless Gardening, where we blend beauty with budget, and today, I'm showing you 15 absolutely brilliant Dollar Tree fall DIYs that look like they came straight out of a boutique catalog. Think Pottery Barn vibes, on a pumpkin spice latte budget. So grab your glue gun, your favorite cozy drink, and get comfy, because we're about to turn everyday Dollar Tree finds into fall decor that'll have your guests saying, "Wait, you made that?" And hey, if cozy, creative and high-end for less is your vibe, go ahead and tap that subscribe button so you don't miss a single season of inspiration. Ready to dive in? DIY 1. Faux leather leaf garland. You won't believe how something as simple as a faux leather placemat from Dollar Tree can become a breathtaking fall garland that adds instant warmth and style to your garden nook or porch. Last fall I came across these placemats, soft textured and dressed in warm earthy tones like rust and tan, and an idea sparked. I thought, what if I cut them into leaf shapes, just like the ones falling gently in my backyard? So I gathered a few from the stash, and started by tracing some real leaves right from my garden, mixing big and small shapes, some round, some elongated, because nature's beauty is all about variety. With careful snips of my scissors, those placemats slowly transformed into elegant faux leaves, but it's the little details that made the magic happen. I gently scored thin veins into each leaf with the tip of my scissors, just enough to catch the light and give them that lifelike texture. Then, using a tiny hole punch, I threaded each leaf onto some rustic jute twine, spacing them just so. When the garland was ready, I draped it across my porch railing, watching it dance softly in the breeze. It looked like something straight out of a cozy fall magazine, warm, inviting, and utterly timeless. And here's a little secret I learned. If you brush the edges with a hint of copper or gold paint, it adds a soft shimmer that catches the eye without overpowering the natural vibe. It's like a whisper of autumn magic. This simple DIY reminds me that elegance doesn't have to be expensive. It's about seeing the beauty in everyday things and giving them new life. I promise, once you try it, you'll find yourself looking forward to fall in a whole new way. DIY 2. Rustic terracotta pumpkin planters. There's something so charming about terracotta pots. They have that rustic, timeless feel that just whispers garden magic. Last fall, I found myself staring at a few plain little pots from Dollar Tree, and a spark hit me. Why not turn these humble pots into tiny pumpkins that could hold my favorite fall flowers? I grabbed some orange chalk paint, soft, matte, perfect for that autumn vibe, and carefully brushed each pot, making sure to get into every crevice. The color warmed up immediately, transforming plain terracotta into miniature pumpkins, ready to brighten any porch or windowsill. But the real twist was the twine. I wrapped natural twine around each pot's rim, tied a simple bow, and even made little twine stems, poking out the top to mimic pumpkin vines. This simple addition gave the pots a cozy, handcrafted charm that felt far beyond their humble price. I filled mine with tiny mums, and some faux fall leaves I'd gathered, and suddenly my garden corners were bursting with cozy autumn spirit. These little pumpkin planters are perfect for bringing a bit of seasonal joy anywhere, on your porch step, as a centerpiece, or even clustered on your garden bench. And here's a bonus tip. Spray a little matte sealer on your pots after painting and wrapping, so they can brave the early fall rains and keep looking fresh all season long. DIY 3. Aged brass candle lanterns. There's a certain magic that flickering candlelight brings to any space, especially as the evenings get cooler and the nights stretch longer. But those plain plastic lanterns from Dollar Tree, they're charming but can look, well, a little too budget, if left as is. That's why I love transforming them with a quick makeover that instantly elevates their vibe. Grab a can of antique gold spray paint, the kind with a soft metallic sheen that catches the light just right. Take your lanterns outside on a breezy day, lay down some newspaper, and give them a few even coats. Don't rush it. Patience is key for that smooth, elegant finish. Once dry, I like to distress the edges lightly with a bit of sandpaper, just enough to let some of the plastic peek through. It adds a vintage worn-in look, like these lanterns have stories to tell. Slip in a battery-operated candle safety first, and place them by your garden bench, porch steps, or even on your dining table. These aged brass beauties bring warmth and sophistication to any fall evening, making your outdoor or indoor space feel cozy and inviting, without breaking the bank. Bonus tip: cluster several at varying heights using inexpensive candle holders or wooden blocks for a dramatic centerpiece that guests will think you splurged on. DIY 4. Cinnamon stick centerpieces. There's something undeniably cozy about cinnamon in fall. It's that warm, spicy scent that instantly makes you feel at home. So why not bring that cozy vibe into your garden or dining space with a simple but stunning cinnamon stick centerpiece? Start with plain pillar candles. Dollar Tree usually has a great selection. Next, gather a bunch of cinnamon sticks. Don't worry, you can find affordable bundles that go a long way. Wrap the cinnamon sticks snugly around the candle, securing them with natural raffia or twine tied in a pretty bow. The rustic textures of cinnamon and raffia blend perfectly with the soft glow of the candle, creating a centerpiece that looks elegant and smells amazing. Place your cinnamon-wrapped candles on a wooden tray, or scatter some pine cones and faux leaves around for that extra fall charm. These centerpieces are perfect for your dining table, garden parties, or even as thoughtful gifts that carry a bit of autumn magic. Plus, they're super easy to refresh. Just swap out the candle or update the ribbon for a new look each season. Bonus tip: add a few dried orange slices or star anise around the base for an extra layer of scent and visual interest that will wow your guests. DIY 5. Harvest crate planters. Imagine taking a simple wooden crate and transforming it into a charming fall planter that brings instant rustic warmth to your garden or porch. Dollar Tree's small wooden crates are the perfect starting point. Sturdy, affordable, and begging for a little makeover. First, grab some dark wood stain, or even a rich brown paint to give your crate that weathered farmhouse vibe. A quick brush or two is all it takes, and you can let the natural grain peek through for extra character. Once dry, line the inside with plastic or a small tray to protect the wood from moisture. Now for the fun part: fill it with seasonal mini mums, ornamental kale, or even faux fall florals if you want something maintenance-free. The deep warm tones of the stained crate make your plants pop, and the whole look feels like it belongs in a cozy country cottage. Place these harvest crate planters on your doorstep, porch steps, or along your garden pathway for an instant autumn upgrade. Bonus tip: add a burlap bow or a small chalkboard sign with a seasonal greeting to really personalize your display. DIY 6. Pressed leaf wall art picture. Bringing the crisp natural beauty of fall right inside your home with a simple yet elegant piece of wall art made from pressed leaves. It's one of those projects that feels both timeless and personal. A perfect way to celebrate the season and connect with nature indoors. Start by collecting a variety of colorful fall leaves, maple, oak, or whatever speaks to you. Press them between heavy books or inside a flower press for about a week until they're completely flat and dry. Once ready, choose a beautiful scrapbook paper or textured cardstock as your background. It could be a warm cream, soft beige, or even a muted orange to echo fall tones. Carefully arrange your pressed leaves on the paper in a way that feels balanced and natural. Maybe a single large leaf in the center, or a small cluster resembling a bouquet. Use a clear drying craft glue or double-sided tape to secure them without damaging their delicate structure. Frame your creation in a simple frame, white, wood, or black, to let the leaves truly shine. Hang it in your living room, hallway, or kitchen to bring a whisper of autumn elegance into your everyday spaces. Bonus tip: mix in a few faux leaves or tiny pressed flowers for added texture and color variety, creating a layered, artsy feel that's uniquely yours. DIY 7. Velvet pumpkin bowl fillers. This one's a cozy little showstopper, and believe it or not, it all starts with baby socks. Velvet pumpkins add that warm plush touch that instantly elevates any fall space. Instead of splurging on the boutique versions, we're crafting our own using Dollar Tree baby socks in soft seasonal tones. Just fill a sock with polyfill or cotton balls, then gather and tie off the open end with twine or a rubber band. That's your pumpkin base, soft, round, and perfectly squishy. To shape it, use a needle and thread to wrap around the pumpkin a few times, gently pulling to create those signature ridges. Don't worry about symmetry. The handmade look is part of the charm. Finish it off with a cinnamon stick stem, hot glued right on top. You can even tuck in a felt leaf if you'd like a little extra detail. Toss them in a wooden bowl, place a few on your mantle, or tuck them into your garden-inspired vignettes. They feel luxe, look handcrafted, and bring in that cozy harvest vibe, all on a budget. DIY 8. Moss-Covered Pumpkin Topiary. If you're craving something whimsical, earthy, and straight from the garden, this mossy topiary might be your fall dream come true. Start with 3 foam pumpkins from Dollar Tree. Don't worry about how they look. We're covering them completely in soft, vibrant reindeer moss for that wild, woodland feel. Remove the stems from 2 pumpkins so they'll stack easily. Then, using hot glue, attach moss in small tufts, working section by section. Let some edges spill over. The imperfect, slightly overgrown texture adds charm. Once covered, stack and glue the pumpkins, offsetting them just a bit for a playful, organic look. Nestle the finished topiary into a clay or stone look pot, and fill the base with moss or pebbles for extra texture. Place it by your front door, on your porch, or as an indoor statement. It's lush, elevated, and looks like a boutique piece, all made with humble Dollar Tree supplies. DIY 9. Sweater-wrapped vases. This one is all about comfort. Think of it as your garden giving you a warm hug. Take a stroll through your closet, or the thrift store, and grab an old cozy sweater, something in a fall tone like oatmeal, deep rust, or soft gray. Now head to Dollar Tree, and pick up a few plain glass vases or even tall jars. The simpler the shape, the better. Here's where the magic happens. Cut the sleeves off the sweater, and slip them over the vases like little cozy sweaters of their own. If the fit is a little loose, you can secure it with a dab of hot glue in the back. And if the sleeve's a bit too long, just trim the bottom and tuck the edge inside for a polished finish. To dress them up even more, tie some jute twine or a scrap of velvet ribbon around the top like a scarf. You can even tuck in a dried leaf, a mini pine cone, or a cinnamon stick for that extra autumnal charm. Now fill your vase with dried florals, wheat stalks, faux eucalyptus, or even some foraged twigs from your backyard. Cluster a few of these sweater-wrapped vases together on your mantle or garden bench, and suddenly your space feels like fall just moved in. Soft, layered, and incredibly high-end. DIY 10. Amber Bottle Leaf Sprays. There's something magical about amber glass in the fall. It catches the light just right, turning a simple corner into a warm, glowing moment. And Dollar Tree's amber tone spray bottles, or small glass containers, are perfect for creating that cozy look, without spending a fortune. Start by picking up a few of these bottles. Go for a mix of shapes and sizes to give your display some charm. Then gather a few faux fall leaf picks from the seasonal aisle. Look for rich hues like burnt orange, deep burgundy, and mustard yellow. You don't need many. 1 or 2 stems per bottle is enough to make a statement. But here's where it goes from charming to show-stopping. Tuck a strand of fairy lights inside each bottle. The warm LED glow bouncing through the amber glass creates the most inviting golden ambiance, especially at dusk. Line them up on a windowsill, tuck them into a garden nook, or cluster them on a porch step with a few mini pumpkins around. They give off that fall harvest meets farmhouse glow that looks way more expensive than it is. And if you want a bonus tip, add a drop or 2 of essential oil like clove orange or cinnamon to the inside of the bottle. It won't just look good, it'll smell like autumn too. DIY 11. Fall Harvest Tiered Tray. Decor. There's something so inviting about a tiered tray, like a miniature story of the season told in layers, and with just a few Dollar Tree staples, you can craft one that feels straight out of a boutique fall market. Start with 2 round cake pans in different sizes, and a candlestick holder. Glue the candlestick between them, using strong adhesive, and just like that, you've got a charming farmhouse-style tray. Now comes the fun part, styling. Fill each tier with Dollar Tree mini pumpkins, faux apples, cinnamon sticks, leafy stems, and maybe a few tiny terracotta pots with moss or succulents. You can even tuck in fall tea packets for a functional touch. Play with textures, burlap ribbon beside smooth gourds, amber beads next to rustic pine cones. Let it feel layered and thoughtful, without being crowded. Set your finished tray on a coffee table, kitchen island, or porch table. It's cozy, curated, and looks far more expensive than it is. A sweet slice of autumn magic from top to bottom. DIY 12, Woven Basket Pumpkin. This one's pure autumn magic. A woven pumpkin that feels textured, earthy and handmade, like something you'd find in a boutique. Start with a balloon, blown up to your desired size. Wrap Dollar Tree jute twine around it in loose, crisscrossing layers. It doesn't need to be perfect. That natural rustic texture is what makes it shine. Mix equal parts white glue and water, brush it over the twine, and let it dry completely. Overnight works best. Once hardened, pop and remove the balloon. You'll be left with a beautiful basket-like pumpkin shell. Finish it with a cinnamon stick or twig for the stem. Maybe a little moss or raffia for flair. Place it on your table, shelf, or a covered garden spot. It's cozy, elevated, and oh so fall. DIY 13. Antique Mirror Welcome Sign. Want to make a stunning first impression this fall? This mirror makeover is the kind of DIY that looks straight out of an antique shop, but you'll pull it off with just a few Dollar Tree finds. Start with a basic plastic framed mirror. Pop out the glass, and paint the frame in antique gold or matte bronze. Once dry, distress it gently with sandpaper or dark wax to give it a weathered heirloom finish. Clean the glass, then add a vinyl decal or hand letter, a warm message like Welcome Fall or Harvest Blessings. No cricket, no problem. Try rubbing chalk or metallic paint over the back of a printed design for a soft vintage effect. To finish, glue on a few faux leaves, pine cones, or dried florals for that cozy garden feel. A little twine or a wooden tag adds just the right texture. Display it on your porch, by the front steps, or nestled among fall plants. It brings instant charm and timeless character with barely any cost. DIY 14. Wood Bead Acorns. This might just be the coziest little accent in your fall lineup, and one that'll have people saying, "Wait, you made that?" With just a few wood beads and mini pine cones, you can craft oversized rustic acorns that look like high-end boutique finds. Perfect for garden table centerpieces, porch baskets, or even tucked into wreaths. Start with large wood beads from the craft section. The bigger the better for that plump acorn look. Then grab a bag of mini pine cones from the floral aisle. These will be your caps. To give the beads a warm fall finish, stain them with diluted brown acrylic paint or a wood tone marker. Add a hint of copper or gold for a luxe touch. Let dry. Next, hot glue a pine cone to the top of each bead. If needed, trim the pine cones slightly to get a snug fit. It doesn't have to be perfect, just charming. Finish it off by gluing a small piece of twine or dried stem to the top as a stem. That tiny detail brings it all together. Display them in a shallow wooden bowl with moss, scatter them on a garland, or string a few for a sweet rustic banner. They're simple, elegant, and proof that fall magic can come from the humblest materials. DIY 15. Garden Tool, Wreath. Let's wrap up with a DIY that perfectly captures what timeless gardening is all about. Charm, creativity, and celebrating the garden in every season. This wreath isn't your typical grapevine or foam base. We're using Dollar Tree garden tools. Gather 6 to 8 small tools, like trowels, rakes or hand forks, preferably with wood or neutral handles. Arrange them in a circle, overlapping the ends to create a rustic sunburst shape. Use floral wire or zip ties to hold them together securely. Now for the fall magic, decorate one side with faux sunflowers, berry picks, maple leaves, or mini pumpkins. Add cinnamon sticks or dried orange slices for texture and scent if you like. A big burlap or plaid bow ties it all together beautifully. Hang it on your shed door, garden gate, or porch. It's unexpected, warm and full of personality. The perfect way to end our high-end Dollar Tree fall DIYs. And just like that, darling, we've transformed humble Dollar Tree finds into something truly magical. Each piece, from a sweater-wrapped vase to a wreath made of garden tools, carries that special charm, the kind that whispers fall with every detail. It's never been about how much you spend. It's about the love you bring to each creation, the textures you layer, the colors you choose, the stories you weave into every corner of your home and garden. If today's ideas inspired you, don't forget to tap that like button, subscribe for more cozy creative projects, and share this video with a friend who loves fall just as much as you do. Here at Timeless Gardening, we believe beauty blooms in every season, and in every heart that dares to make something lovely with their own hands. Until next time, stay creative, stay cozy, and keep growing with style.